Welcome to the first and only SaaS News Digest featured on LinkedIn, covering news, events, and updates that are happening in SaaS community worldwide. This is the video digest number 12. Our first article is about OpenAI, a nonprofit intellectual intelligence research company introduced a new language prediction mode called GPT-3. The author, Manuel Aroas, believes GPT-3 has disruptive potential, and he explains to us that how language models like GPT allows computers to produce sentences that reflect the length, structure, and even the style of particular body or text. This major technological advancement is still in an early stage of development, and it has some kind of kinks to work out. But I can definitely see the potential for exponential growth in this field. This article references here was written completely using GPT-3 technology, and that's pretty amazing. The Crunchbase News shared with us their European venture report for the second quarter of 2020. Its author, Jean Tier, reports that after continued annual upward trend since 2016, funding is down this year. Despite this, the European venture funding ecosystem is seeing increased funding going into healthcare, e-commerce, biology, and privacy and security verticals. This Crunchbase report shared with us some insightful quarterly trends, notable rounds, and who is who of the leading investors and markets. Particular interest is the second quarter of 2020 in the fact that is North America 52% of the funding is going to a supergiant rounds, while in Europe the opposite is true, with 72% of the funding going to rounds below $100 million. Next, we have a great Sifted.com article titled SaaS Startups Kinks of the Coronavirus Crisis, where author Tim Smith brings attention to your European SaaS community. Smith says, quote, "From skyrocketing stocks to mass layoffs, B2B SaaS companies are having a wild ride," end quote. The chaos of COVID-19 has been a boon for so many SaaS companies. As large companies accelerate their move towards digital, many of those new unicorns are not household names, but they're rivaling US SaaS giants such as Salesforce and Dropbox, and European SaaS market continues to grow at a much faster rate than in US. There are definitely insights to be gained from the ups and downs within the SaaS community. In a LinkedIn article by Peter Muniselis, we learned that insurance technology or insurtech industry has its the biggest year yet in 2019 with over $6 billion in investment. Peter estimates that this trend will only continue as tech-savvy consumers demand that the digital technology replace outdated mechanical systems in insurance world. From redefining broker-agent relationship to securing useful data and analytics, new solutions in this market are addressing everything, from better pricing policies to detecting fraud to developing wearable technology that gathers behavior-based data and helps insurance customers avoid risk. Definitely an area where innovation and digital tech are going to continue to expand. In a recent article titled "The 2020 Startup Playbook: Stallions versus Unicorn," author Vinay Jain points out that startup playbook used to be crystal clear. Strive to be a unicorn. Work to raise as much funding as you can. Get users, don't ask questions, and figure out the business model part later. But now, halfway through 2020, the game needs to change. Instead of striving for unicorn status, startups should try to be stallions instead. Companies that might not be sparkle like a unicorn, but, quote, demonstrate admirable fiscal prudence and an ability to persevere through the toughest conditions, end quote. As companies make this pivot and attempt to adapt to the new stallion playbook, those are some key changes that Vincent covers in his article. Among them, he advises startups to delay raising money for as long as possible, arguing that if you're not surviving on your own, the market may be telling you something else. Now, the key points include targeting cash flow positively, hiring the best talent you can find, thinking hard about acquisitions, and only accelerating from the position of strengths when your business model is solid and your guesswork is done. I hope you enjoyed SaaS News Digest. The SaaS News Digest belongs to all of us and provides value to the members of our community because of you. Please click on the like or insightful button. Share the SaaS Digest on your LinkedIn page, and let's work together in developing this community and setting new SaaS global standards. My name is Artem Kassan. I'm the general partner at SaaS Growth Ventures, and my superpower is I fuel growth and revenue for SaaS companies. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.